Congress refuses to work. They want you to work, but they refuse to go to work. All right, here it is. Lawmakers and aides arrived to work, and all day, basically, it was a sign that said, in recess, no work to be done here. Government is about to shut down. Let's get into it. The House calendar, it was a calendar that remained officially stuck on October 3rd, Tuesday, the date when House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was ousted and left the chamber without adjourning. The interim speaker eventually managed to adjourn the chamber at 3:25 p.m. on Wednesday, but the day of inaction still spoke volumes. So without an elected speaker, the House is struggling to figure out what to do in these last days or these final days to the next government showdown, right? So a fill-in Republican, Patrick McHenry of North Carolina, can perform tasks like providing a recess, adjourning the chamber, recognizing speaker nominations. But the House of Representatives is basically frozen. Representative Garrett Graves, a Louisiana Republican, told reporters, we are not able to actually advance legislation. We can't even refer bills to committees. The situation is unprecedented, though, and many are still working to understand the exact limitations of the role. In other words, we don't know what to do. We need a leader. We cannot do things on our own. We're only mere Congress people. Here's the thing. The reality is, when we keep saying, well, the government is going to shut down. No. The government is actually going to continue to operate unless Congress shuts it down. You see, when the government shuts down, it's not some automated process. It's because Congress failed to do their constitutionally mandated job. It's like when you don't perform at work, that's you not doing the job. The work didn't just stop working or being available for the implementation and execution of your leadership. So here we are. The United States Congress is about to shut down the government again. Also up for debate is how forcefully House Republicans might continue their impeachment inquiry against President Joe Biden without an elected speaker to back up the subpoenas they want to issue. Aides speculated the committees could technically continue to pursue business with a legislative purpose, but there is no real precedent that applies. Once again, the interim guy, he was more concerned about telling Nancy Pelosi to get out the office than he was concerned about how to figure out a navigational protocol, given the fact we've never done this to a speaker in the middle of their term. Don't worry about that. Nancy Pelosi, pack your stuff, get out the office you were in by way of courtesy of McCarthy. Insane. You don't actually have an organized House right now. And if I were the White House in this situation all day long, I would completely ignore it and say, you don't have the enforcement authority. Despite the serious roadblocks, the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees plan to keep plowing ahead with their investigations, committee aides, and one key member. We're going to continue to read emails, text messages, put together timelines, try to get people to come in. We're going to keep working like we've been working and continue to follow the money. End quote. Insane. The pressure is ramping. So government funding is set to expire November 17th. November 17th. These folks are still worried about Hunter Biden's crack pipe. November 17th, the United States will be adversely impacted one way or the other if they don't get this stuff together. All right, members and aides alike question how they will avert a government shutdown when there is so much uncertainty about the basic rules of House operation. While House Republicans intend to hold a candidate forum for would-be speakers on Tuesday, it could take time for Republicans to unify behind a single one. It took 15 rounds for McCarthy, if you remember. House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan of Ohio and House Minority Leader of Louisiana have announced that they are running for the top job. It's going to be interesting, but it's still unclear how they can get House Majority Leader, how they can get 218 votes needed to win the gavel. It would be amazing if you all actually were leaders. That means that protocol could be established, votes could be taken, things could get done. But you're concerned about pleasing Donald Trump. And by the way, Sean Hannity has now floated the idea that Trump will be recruited to, be speaker to help the Republicans temporarily. I want to remind everyone that when you speak at the well in the United States Congress, you are immune from civil penalty. You can lie, say whatever you choose to say. That may be a workaround for the gag orders on Donald Trump presently. All right, thoughts?
I like that theory. That's very interesting. That being said, like Jim Jordan is still a person. He still wants this job. It's just so funny that Jim Jordan is being asked about Donald Trump on Sean Hannity, and he's like, yeah, maybe, but what about me?
Right.
That's what Donald Trump has done. That's the Donald Trump effect. I believe it was Anna who said, he's made an entire party of so-called like alpha males into nothing but beta males. That's all they are, because they are always going to be in the back burner to Donald Trump, who again is facing 91 criminal indictments. Let us not forget that. But this is incredible. I love that it's like a Roomba that got stuck in a corner, and they're like, I don't know how to turn off. It's just like the government's like, you have to adjourn me in order for me to stop doing anything. And I think, as you pointed out, look, they were already on track to shut down the government. And then they did it anyway through taking away a speaker, which has never been done in the history of the United States Congress. And now everyone doesn't know what to do. And the worst part about it is what we're talking about, which is who is going to succeed Kevin McCarthy. And the reason is, the real reason we should be concerned is because Republicans are not on the same page with what they want. Kevin McCarthy gave them everything, gave them all the appointments that they wanted to all the committees. He kicked off Democrats to the same committees for no other reason than they were Democrats. And now what? He gave them an impeachment inquiry, unilateral impeachment inquiry into Joe Biden, and they're still not satisfied. So what? So what do they just want to go dark forever? I'm thankful that the federal government workers right now, whether it's parks, whether it's people on the Hill, cafeteria workers, I'm glad they're getting a paycheck, and I hope they continue to, and I hope that this sorts itself out by November, but we shall see.
Yeah, updates to come for sure.